and just go out of control. So you're just like, you know, riding real evenly, even speed that, you know, you kind of play with the brake. You don't want to ride it too hard, but it's like, you're definitely not accelerating for mile after mile after mile as you're coming down out of these mountains. And these ramps, every once in a while, they'll have a ramp on the side of the road that goes up, so that a truck that's lost control of his vehicle is like hurtling down the mountain can go up onto this ramp and stop and not die.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like, you know, I've driven through Colorado. I mean, when you're in nice weather, driving through the Rocky Mountains even, which is much, you know, it's really amped up compared to the Appalachians. But it's like, it's not bad in nice weather. It all changes in bad weather. Mm-hmm. It all becomes this terrifying nightmare. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I'm thinking like, I just need to get to the end of this. It's got to end soon. And, you know, it did. It kept going down. And slowly, I'd say, once we veered to the south of Chattanooga,
yeah,
it just started rolling more.
Down.
It was less dramatic.
And the highway got, once we got into Georgia, I must say, the quality of the road got much better. Mm-hmm. Of course, we weren't going through such high mountains either. You know, we were on the downgrade. We were going towards Atlanta. Yeah. But Atlanta, driving through Atlanta.
Yeah, we've heard stories about driving through Atlanta.
And then, of course, it started to rain.
Yeah.
It started to rain again going through Atlanta. It started to really rain.
Oh. And you could barely see. They've got this thing called the HOV. It's like there's the interstate highway you're following. So we're following 75. And then all of a sudden it shows, go 75 HOV. You go over here.
And you know, I think those lanes now, because I think...
Which I theorized stood for, here's our volcano.
Yeah. I don't know what HOV stands for, but I think there's special lanes that are made for people that you're not supposed to drive in those lanes if there's only one person in your car.
Oh, is that what
it's like it's supposed to be for carpooling. I think it's supposed to be carpooling lanes. And so
so HOV, if it's carpool.
And I don't know what HOV stands for. I was going to Google what.
Hardly one visitor in your car.
I don't know.
No, have one vehicle.
Yeah, if anybody knows, if any listeners know what this means.
You can contact our office.
But we got in an HOV lane, and we didn't intend to be in an HOV lane. But it was HOV for the interstate we were on, so we're following it. All of a sudden, it looked like it was going to veer off somewhere. But then we see the 75 sign. For us, it's like we're seeing two Route 75 signs.
It's raining cats and dogs because
we didn't know what.
Well, go ahead.
And both signs came up so quick, we didn't know which one to take. And so then you went across like 3 lanes of traffic to get in the right lane.
Well, I looked, and I didn't see any cars.
No, there really wasn't.
I thought...
You did a good job.
Okay. If there are cars about to hit us, I won't cross over that median strip or whatever, the divider, when there's going to be a turnoff. I just said, well, we'll just follow HOV. It'll eventually rejoin 75. Hopefully. They always do. Anytime there's any kind of special version of an interstate, it always rejoins its number. But I never encountered an HOV. And this was like 75, 85 HOV. And then, so we see it and we go, okay, we got to go off this way. And as I'm exiting, Marge goes, because like it just appeared out of the mist because it's raining cats and dogs. And Marge goes, look at that, that's 75 there. And I just it was like a split-second decision. I'm losing my train.
I'm looking up HOV. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know what you were doing over there.
Go ahead. I'll tell you what it means.
Okay, so just at the last minute, Marge says, look, it says 75 there. And I went and I turned and I looked, no cars are coming, so I just went, I crossed over it and got back on. And it's like, son of a bitch, HOV, you're not the real highway.
Okay.
Or what does HOV mean?
I now have the meaning. I hope you can hear me. It means high occupancy vehicle. and it means it's a
That is the stupidest thing.
It's a carpool lane. Why they can't call it that?
Wait, it's carpool lane.
It says the central concept for HOV lanes is to move more people rather than more cars. So you're not supposed to ride in an HOV lane unless you've got more than one person in your car.
Well, then we were safe because you were in the car with me.
Ooh, violators are subject to a minimum $481 fine.
Well, I'm glad I got out of that thing. I don't know if they would have considered us really high occupancy vehicle because there was only one more.
Listen to this real quickly. It says each child counts as an occupant, but pets, infants still in the womb, inflatable dolls, or ghosts do not.
Ghosts. Officer, I have a ghost in my car. My car is haunted. In fact, I got 12 ghosts. Well,
okay, so
maybe you know, if you try to say you had 12 ghosts in your car, then you'd say, well, you're over. There are not enough seat belts in this vehicle for those ghosts. So, well, thank you. That really clears up.
High occupancy vehicle lane.
I still like here's our volcano better, because I thought maybe Atlanta has a hidden volcano that they want. You know, certain tourists might want to see it, and they go, I'd like to see that volcano in Atlanta. And here's our volcano. But no, high occupancy vehicle. Dumb. See, that's an example
we got
of...
confused because of that.
Well, I know. If it had said carpool, then we would have understood what we were looking at. And then, you know, and really, that just tells me it didn't go anywhere. It just moved through Atlanta in its own separate...
it's like its own separate little world or something.
So,
but anyway,
brother, that is what those people. I know people in California were riding with mannequins and dolls and stuff. That's probably why they put that in there. But so anyway, we got through that. Once we got past Atlanta, the world became beautiful and warm, and the South became the South. We started noticing the billboards advertising peaches. We got out there. I know this is gross, but I've never seen a wild armadillo before. We saw some roadkill, which was an armadillo. I mean, I'm sad for that poor armadillo, but it was the first evidence of a wild armadillo I ever saw that wasn't in a zoo. It was wonderful. And I've flown into the South, but I have never driven further south than Kentucky. And we got out at our motel, and I thought at first I was seeing those plastic palm trees that used to be at the Key Wester bar on Route 59 up by the Fox Valley Mall in Will County. But no, it was an actual palm tree. Palm trees, plural. There are palm trees around our motel tonight. And so I thought, this is a perfect occasion for our first Key West Story Arc podcast.
And it is raining, I believe, again. We decided to go out to this restaurant, which we were going to walk to it. It was a good thing we didn't. It's near the motel. We stepped out of the motel and been sunny when we got
Logan's Roadhouse.
Logan's Roadhouse.
Yeah, we had a great time. Yeah.
And so we stepped out of the motel. We were going to walk, and it started to rain a little bit. So we decided to drive up to the restaurant, and it quickly just started raining.
Oh my God!
The proverbial cats and dogs.
Buckets.
And it rained the whole time we were eating.
It rained harder while we were eating than it rained in the mountains, I think.
Yeah, it rained.
It was just torrential.
And
I would not have wanted to be.
This very nice Southern lady.
Oh yes.
Gave me, as we were trying to get out of the restaurant. It was raining too hard to go to the car, really, because we were holding these little takeout desserts that the waitress talked us into, which are these cute little bitty buckets, which we're going to enjoy in a little while. Yeah. One's a cheesecake and one's a peanut butter one. Yeah. But we couldn't take them out of the restaurant to the car without them getting just turned
mush.
rainwater mush. But this
lady had a little umbrella. She was coming in.
Yeah, and so you ran and got the car. I held the little desserts and had the umbrella.
Yeah, she gave you the umbrella because it was
she said it was broken.
And she was going to throw it away.
She was going to throw it away, so it was very nice.
That was nice.
So,
that worked out great.
Got into the car.
Well, I was soaked wet, though.
And we got back down here, and the parking lot was flooding.
Yeah, I posted a video of it on
in fact,
on Facebook.
Look out the window. It was getting better. It was easing off. It's raining pretty hard right now, but not as bad as it was.
No, in fact, and down here in Georgia, they have the red clay, and that was getting mixed into the rain, the swirling rain in the one part of the parking lot. It's very, to my eyes, very unusual. Now, why don't we just try a couple of these little desserts, these little peanut butter and cheesecake. Which one do you want to try, Mom?
I'll try the peanut butter one first.
Okay. There you go. You can just sample it. You can just have whipped cream on top. Just a little fun thing. That was a nice place. And our waitress was, Amanda, was nice. I know
the mine is the peanut butter one. It's got a little dab of whipped cream, and then it's got a layer of peanut buttery stuff.
Mine is the strawberry cheesecake.
Ooh.
And I don't know about the cheesecake part. That tastes fine, but these strawberries taste fresh. Oh, boy.
Now, underneath this peanut butter
what's underneath?
topping is like a chocolate mousse. Oh, man. These are good.
Yeah. Did you want to try the cheesecake? Let's try. Just use this same spoon. And now I got the peanut butter and chocolate mousse. Yeah,
there are these little desserts. They're in these little buckets that say Logan's Roadhouse. And, and you get to keep the bucket.
And that was a selling point. We weren't going to have dessert. We were so full. We weren't going to drink at all on the way down because we figure once we get to Key West, we're going to be doing plenty of drinking. But I just felt like I wanted a beer. This Roadhouse, they had beer. So I got to say, I really enjoyed that beer. It's like, I'm glad we waited till, this is the third night, and we hadn't had any beer since the night before we left. So it's been 4 days since we had beer, so it was really good. Sam Adams. Sorry. I know Wendy hates eating episodes. Sorry, Wendy. If you end up hearing this.
You know what? I want one more taste of those strawberries, and then. So these little desserts were 3 for $5.99.
Yeah.
And you ate the brownie one at the restaurant. And then we took these.
You didn't even taste them.
No.
It was pretty good. These are better, though.
I'm going to have one more spoonful of this peanut butter one, and then I'm done.
Yeah. Well, I might slowly pick at these tonight while we're watching TV.
So anyway.
But, this is, we've had nice motels, and...
we are patronizing the, should we shout
let's give a little shout out.
Right now we are patronizing the sleep-in motels.
Yeah. Ding, ding.
Yeah.
Great.
This is the third one.
And we never stayed at them before.
No. They're each slightly different. They have different layouts. But
they're like privately owned, but they're the same.
It's a chain.
It's a chain.
But they're privately managed, I guess you might say.
And they're built with similar architecture.
This is the third one we've been in, and they've all had they give you breakfast in the morning and hot breakfast.
Yeah,
you get eggs and sausage and
it's not just a
bagel, the whole
cereal,
thing. And that's it's free. You pay.
It's in your room, but the room is not bad.
They've got the Wi-Fi. It's very clean. I think they're primarily for, particularly the first one we saw a lot of business.
Yeah, they had like a business room, and they have the downstairs